And just what was the mood in between games and kind of the message from the coaches and the conversations like between y'all in between games?
Yeah, double headers are always hard. It's hard to win both, especially, you came in for the first game, real excited, try to win the series in the first game, of course. And, it just doesn't go our way. We played a pretty good game there till the end, and I feel like we kind of handed it away in some aspects. But, you got to flip the page quick, right? You got, 40 minutes to turn the page and get out there for the next game because it's just as important. And we had the opportunity to, have our first split series win and take a road series of the season. So, it kind of stung for a minute and let it sit in, but, turn the page and get ready to go for the next one.
When you lose a game like that, and you said kind of feel like you handed it away, is it easier to reset your mind when you have to do it immediately and can't dwell on it for 24 hours?
Yeah, I think that's a part of it, and I don't think a lot of us thought about. It was a quick turn. We didn't even talk as a team really. V kind of came in and said, we got food. We're starting in 50 minutes. Like, be ready to go. We didn't address some of the things that we would normally. We would normally address after a game like that, but we turned the page quickly and got through it. What we got?
I think you had a pretty good series this weekend against South Carolina. Just what was your approach at the plate, and especially with 2 strikes, having that much success?
Yeah, well, having Dickey out of the lineup, I think really helped us this weekend. So, he's trying to get in there and bang the ball around, and then when he was at the plate, in for those second 2 games, he kind of did all right. So, I think it helped our offense a little bit. So, my approach was just to try to hit the ball as it usually is. Get out of here.
You mentioned it a second ago, but what's the significance of y'all to finally get a road series win, finally get a series rubber match win?
Yeah, there's boxes. We talk about you check throughout the year, sweeps, winning at home. Last one's winning on the road. And it took us till May 20th to check that box, but we checked it. And that's huge going into the postseason where, we don't know if we're going to be at home or away, but we have that checked box under our, in our belt. One of the quotes I talked about earlier, it's in our belt now that we have a road series win and we can carry that with us.
Just how impressive was that Drew Beam performance, given everything, all the storylines that are going into this part of the season?
Yeah, I think that's big for Beam, especially bouncing back from last week. Not his best outing last week, and you saw a page turn. He came out and he threw really well. And I think I don't want Dolander's effort to be, kind of overshadowed in the loss, but he was fantastic. In my opinion, that might have been the best I've seen him look all year. And for a team that's looking to make a postseason run, you want your dudes, performing at the end of the season, and that was a bright light, and Beam threw extremely well, and we're excited to roll that into the postseason.
You think those first couple of innings, him working out of jams, allowed the offense to settle in and maybe flush being flushed the first game, settle in those first couple innings, and all the runs came out.
When you play behind Drew, you're gonna get strikes, right? He's gonna go at batters, and he's gonna give up some hits here and there, but he's gonna be in the zone and he's gonna compete. And as an offense, that's good, and as a defense, that's good too, because if there's a guy on base, it's all right. We're going to get in there. He's going to compete with the guy at the play. He's going to put a ball in play and get a chance to make a play to get him out. So, a big thing about playing behind him is he's just going to attack hitters and he's going to be in the zone.
From your vantage point, what made Dolander so dominant today?
Well, when you're sitting 97, 98, and what was that the 6th inning he came out in, that's pretty impressive. He just kind of trended up the whole day. His fastball looked like it was, had really good ride on it. He had better control of his slider. For him, I think he was just throwing more strikes than he has maybe at some points in the season. The guy's really, really hard to hit, and he's really, really hard to hit when they're behind in counts. So not letting those guys get in advantage counts where maybe they can, sit on a fastball or, sit on a changeup or something that they think they're going to get. They're kind of on their heels the whole day. And he has the ability and the talent to do that to anybody. Just put them on their heels if he gets ahead. And I thought he got ahead of everybody. And I've hit off of him when he's on days like that, and it's not fun.
Weird seeing Blake Burke lead off.
Yeah. I did like a double take because the lineup was up late because the doubleheader. So I was in the outfield and I heard now announcing Tennessee lineup, Blake Burke lead. I was like, what? But hey, it worked out great. He gets on base. His first at bat as a leadoff. He comes up later in the game with 2 guys on. He's kind of a mastermind when it comes to lineup, creations, and he does some things I've never seen. But he knows what he's doing. So that was pretty cool. Not something I would have put my money on if I was expecting that to happen or not.
You're going to play in one SEC tournament. Just how excited are you to experience the atmosphere and go play in Hoover?
I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped to play in in front of a bunch of fans there, and baseball fans from different schools, and I've heard from so many people how special that tournament is, and I'm super excited. You know, for me, you know, this whole year has been nothing but just trying to take it in and be thankful, and I'm excited to have that opportunity to go down there. And I think as a team, we're excited for, you know, Tuesday.
I was talking to AJ earlier this week, and he was telling me about some feedback you gave him on a slider early in the season. Just what did you kind of see there, and how has that pitch developed for him?
Oh, the dude's like got the longest arms in the world, and it feels like when he's throwing from me to you. So I'm like, AJ, you throw the hell out of your fastball with a crazy carry. Stop babying your slider over there. You're giving the hitters a gift. Like when I hit off from the fall, I was like, please throw me a slider. It was a gift. I'm like, throw that thing. Like you have crazy extension on your fastball. Throw your slider hard. And since then, it just plays off his fastball better, I think, and it's not getting hit as much. He's able to land it for strikes. He's keeping guys off balance. That's a special talent. You know, that's a young kid with a lot of talent who's, you know, going to throw in some really, really big games for this university and probably beyond. But you know, he's just come a long way, and that's a really, really good talent who's going to be a big part of, you know, what we want to do the next couple of weeks.
Do you know who came up with the Prince Queso nickname?
I do not. I just know the dude punches out. I looked up on the board, and I'm like, he's got like 10 times the amount of strikeouts to walks. And that's crazy, man. And that's the other thing with AJ. You know, you can bring him in. You know he's going to throw strikes. So he's pretty impressive. Cool.